Hello, and welcome to Of the People. Peace for our time. Those were the infamous words spoken by then British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain in 1938. As a matter of fact, it was September 30th, 1938, almost 66 years ago today, when he returned from Munich, Germany, having signed the non-aggression pact with Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany. He gives the speech, I think at 10 Downing Street, as I recall. They go to bed. What happens? Hitler goes in and takes the Sudetenland. A year later, he takes the rest of Czechoslovakia and Poland, and we are officially in World War II. Ladies and gentlemen, appeasement as a foreign policy didn't work then, and appeasement as a foreign policy doesn't work now. For those who have not caught up on the news, a few hours ago, Iran launched a ballistic missile attack against Israel, sending hundreds of ballistic missiles into Israel. And by the way, it's not a few dozen missiles, as CNN blatantly misreported out of the gate, because, of course, this is about the Jewish state, so why not underreport the facts? This is an all-out attack on a sovereign nation by way of Iran, which is really the head of the serpent. To put this in perspective, this is the largest ballistic missile attack on a foreign nation in the history of the world, right? The fact that there weren't so many casualties does not lessen the severity of the attack, and it really lays bare the perpetual lie by the U.S. media that Israel and the Middle East are, quote, on the brink of war. Israel is not on the brink of war. Israel has been at war since they were attacked on October 7th by Hamas out of Gaza, killing over 1,300 Israelis and Americans, taking hundreds of hostages. We think 100 are still alive, but my guess is most of them are probably not, and committing unspeakable atrocities in the process. So this is really simple. Iran's appalling attack is not the first, it's the second missile attack since October 7th. And it proves that Israel and America are already at war. And like I said, the fact that there weren't casualties is more or as many casualties, there are some, that is a testament to Israel's technology, not to anything else, but doesn't lessen the severity of the strike, nor the need, to be honest, for Israel to respond decisively and directly against such aggression. Today's events prove two things. Number one, that Israel must be allowed to defend itself and its territory and its people, regardless of whether the U.S. supports that response or not. They will certainly give lip service to this report, the Biden administration, right, and their policies of appeasement towards Iran helped create this situation. I find it very interesting that Secretary of State Blinken today released an op-ed touting that the Biden-Harris administration foreign policy has put the U.S. on strategically such a better footing in the world. I don't think he knew that was going to happen, that the attacks were going to happen, but for that to come out at the same day is interesting. The second thing that's crystal clear in all of this is that peace will only come for Israel and its neighbors when Iran and its proxies and the mullahs in Iran, the leadership in Iran, are relegated to the dustbin of history. Peace for our time or appeasement didn't work in 1938. Peace will only be achieved, in the words of Ronald Reagan, peace through strength. Appeasement didn't work then, and clearly, based on the events of today, it doesn't work now. And that's the monologue.